Good afternoon to all participants. Greetings from Jakarta. First of all, I would like to say wish you all in good health during this bad situation during the pandemic. So allow me to present my presentation. The title here is Navigating the Now and Beyond Pandemic COVID-19. So just a few slides about the situation, currently situation in Indonesia, about the economy. And from the statistic, we can see that there is a bad impact of a pandemic towards the global economy. Here we see that in until May 2020, we have a very low figure of GDP growth. Here in Indonesia is only 0.4%. And also we experience a high inflation here. And the number of the export imports, I think it's very obvious everywhere globally that we have a decrease in the number of export and imports in a range of -11 to -14. So this impact into the port business are very bad in terms of traffics in the container and also the vessel traffics that come out through the port. But here from the sources, we also learned that all the figures in 2021 seems showing a very good numbers, which all the expertise here explain about the optimistic figure that it will be bounced up in 2021. And here in Indonesia, we see that this pandemic bad impact can be lengthened until the Q3 of 2020, but it will gradually bounce back in the Q4 of 2020. Here are the scenarios that we are developing here in Indonesia. We in IPC believe that we still can cope with the new normal, and we believe we can reach the situation that the pandemic can be ended in around June 2020, because at this moment I understand that the large scale of social limitation enforced by the central and local government, mostly in some areas, are strongly applied and effective. And this new normal, we believe that the GDP will increase at the end of the 2020. We hope, yeah. And the performance of the company, I understand that some of the business in Indonesia will experience turbulence, but will still be able to back to normal. Yeah. Hopefully, we will not experience the disorder phase or even the survival. In terms of figure in IPC, until the first quarter of 2020, we experienced a decrease compared to the last year performance. In the container throughput, the trend is -4.02%. The non-container also decreased. The trend is decreased, but not as high as a container. Shipping coal decreased almost 12%, 11.20%. And the passengers decreased around 4%. So all the trends is downward here, as you see. And until we understand, until the first half of 2020, we still have this declining trend in our ports. So what is the strategy of IPC in terms of coping with the pandemic? Yeah, so our main focus is on two aspects. First one towards our people, our employees, and then what we need to do in terms of the business aspect to deal with this current situation. So in terms of people, we see that the most important thing is to promote the healthy environment for our employees in the workplace, and also the readiness of everyone in the office that can work remotely. So at this moment, we implement a new protocol that the maximum amount of the employees coming in the office for the back office employees are only 25% of all the employees. But people who works in operation are still working normal, but still they have to focus on the health. So they prioritize to have to implement the protocol, keep the distance among the workers. And also we maximize our communication channels through video call and using all the digital aspects in the port. In the business aspect, that at this moment we try to focus more on the executable programs while remaining aggressive. So we are in a group consist of about 15 subsidiaries, which not only work in the core business of port, but also in the supporting business. So we try to encourage all the subsidiaries to find new opportunities beyond the core port, beyond the terminal operations, to support the performance of the corporations. And of course, we need to reconsider about the programs in terms of the one that require very high expenses. So we prioritize all the programs, which is very, we try to make a very efficient in terms of spending all the operation expenses. And then we also focus on the strengthening our core operations. We try to maintain the performance in the operations and also the synergy. Yeah, we promote the synergy with the other companies, state-owned enterprises, and also among the subsidiaries to support the main activities inside the port. And the optimism that we have at this moment is that in the 2021, so the trend will increase. Yeah. So the bad impact of the pandemic will only last until the end of 2020. Okay, as is in this figure, the statistic forecast that compared to the Q4 of 2019, the first half of 2021 already give a positive comparison to the Q4 for 2019. And our performance, what we forecast based on our analysis is that in 2020, we still not yet recovered from the impact of the pandemic. So the trend we see that it's still minus 5%. But in 2021, it will bounce back up to almost 9%. And the four main initiatives to achieve the optimism bouncing recovery schemes. The first one is we continue the expansion. At this moment, we have two major projects in our port. The first one is the new Priok, the second terminal that we plan to continue the construction work, and also the commercial activities, starting with the communication with our potential partners. It's already initiated during this couple of weeks, a few weeks. We already started to recommence the communication with our potential partners. And the second big project right now is ongoing, and it shows a very good progress, is the Kijing port in Kalimantan. And we expect that the initial operation can start in somewhere in the Q3 of 2020. So even though the situation is difficult at this moment, but we understand and we believe that the construction work still need to continue to accommodate the potential of additional throughput by the early of 2021. And the second one is the new normal of working life. So every employee is encouraged to work effectively, so they can now communicate everywhere. Yeah, they can work from home, they can work remotely, as long as they can deliver the performance. The company will accept that situation. And yeah, the communication is also important. So the protocol is to promote the very effective communication among the employees in the company. The third one is the port services. We try to enhance the services and the standardization of our port, because in IPC we have 12 branches in 9 provinces. So we try to make a standard operation of all the ports under our operations. And we continue the development of digitalization in IPC Group. And the fourth one, the last one, is we are now actively collaborating and promoting the transshipment operation, especially in Tanjung Priok Port, our main hub here in Jakarta. So we continue to communicate with our sister ports, with our other pelindo in Indonesia. And some of the initiatives is that we want to grow together in terms of the productivity and also the to make the efficiency in the terminal operations in Indonesia. And also, of course, the partnership with key shipping lines. We try to build a stronger communication with our main customers in the port. So there is the end of my slides. Thank you very much for your attention, and looking forward for any inquiries or questions from the participants.